this video, we'll continue our discussion of how Excel handles time by looking at the time value function and basically how Excel computes time intervals. So the time value function, basically, if you put in quotes a time, it'll convert it to basically a decimal, depending on the format, or an actual time. So I put in quotes 8:30 and Excel will make that a time. That's about 8.5. That's like 17/48 of a day, right? So then when I look there, it's going to be a number there. Now, if I want it to turn into a time, then basically I have to just do time value of that and have a format that basically is a time format. Not a real useful function. Now, how does Excel do time differences? Let's take a look here. So we take C3 minus C2, 8:30 p.m. minus 8:30 a.m. And that's half a day, 12 hours, okay? We take D3 minus D2, that's 12 hours also. Okay, now suppose we do D2 minus D3. So we take an earlier time minus a later time. Now that's negative half a day, but Excel as a time can't deal with negative times. But if you take D2 minus D3 and you change the format to a number, then you're okay. That's minus half a day. Now, let's suppose you have start time somebody worked and a finish time that they worked, and it might be the next day, like hospitals work 3 shifts. So Jane started at 9 p.m., she finished 6 a.m. the next day. Jack started at 7 a.m., finished 3:30 p.m. And so basically you want to know how long they worked. Now, if you do for Jane, D10 minus C10, it doesn't work because, again, this is an earlier time. It does work for Jack, but really there's 2 ways to handle this. One is an if statement, which is trickier. I'll show you a way I like a little bit better in a second. Let's say if the ending time is greater than the earlier time, you take the difference times 24. That'll convert it to basically a fraction of a day in hours. If that's not true, you take 24 plus 24 times the end time minus the beginning time. Let's see how this works in both situations. So for Jane, basically, okay, well, let's do Jack first. That's a bit easier. Okay, so his time, ending time is later, so we just take the difference. 8.5 hours divided by 24 times 24, we get 8.5 hours. Now, what do we get for Jane? Okay, so her time is not greater than, finish time is not greater than her start time. So what we do is take 24 plus D10 minus C10 is going to be times 24 is minus 15 hours. So 24 minus 15 hours gives you 9 hours. You can see what's going on here. So we go her start, we go basically her finish time and the finish time the day before, and then basically her start time. So what we're doing is subtracting this part out here when we take the difference between these. This is 15 hours, leaving 9 hours in that 24-hour period. So this works fine. Jane works 9 hours. Now, a different way to do this, and I like this better, suppose you put the start date time as a date and the end time as a date. And so here we see they worked more than one day. They must be tired. Worked May 12, 2006, 8:12 to June 10, 2006 at 12:30. Okay, so that's 19 plus 10. That would be 29 days. And then basically it's about 3 hours of a day, 18 minutes, and that's about 0.18 days. So that'd be 29 hours and 18/100ths of an hour. Now, if we do here, they didn't quite make it 29 days, right? Because they ended earlier on June 10th and they started on May 12th, but it's almost a full day. So it's 28 and 97/100ths days. So now if you want to handle the case of Jane here, you could say April 1st, 2000, put the date in. She started 9 p.m. April 1st, 2019. Maybe she finished April 2nd, 2019 at 6 a.m. And you take the difference there and you get 0.38 days. And if you multiply that by 24, you get your 9 hours. And so that works out fine. So handling difference in times can be pretty tricky.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's a free course, a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, and all of these videos are coming from one of 3 books. So first, this one, which you can see here at the top of the screen, Microsoft's book, which has 355 reviews, and then it's, let's see, 4.6 stars. It's coming from this book as well, his marketing analytics book, which is down here. and you can sort of see 4.5, or his newest book, his Analytic Stories book, which is here. And with that one, you can see it's 4 point something, or maybe even 5. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, 4.8. And so, yeah, anyways, in the description, there's a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, or you can go to excelwithwayne.com/free, and it'll be there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thanks.